My name's Rich and this is It's Adventure. Now today I'm going to be building a little bit of a block retaining wall. I'm going to be pulling out some old concrete and using this blocks to make a wall to hold back some of the soil. Now where the soil is and where the path is that this wall is going to use to retain, quite a tricky place. It's right next to the studio that I'm building. Aimed at today is to get the ground level, get the stonework cut back enough so I can actually get in and lay the blocks that I need to make this retaining wall. So let's crack on. We've got this gap, so I've got to get this turned into a retaining wall. This area that I need to re-concrete and fill back in. I'm going to cut the concrete path probably halfway between the manhole cover here and the edge of the existing edge. That will give me enough space then to get the blocks laid in place. First things first, get the blocks out of the way so I can run a course of mortar and then we can start laying some blocks. I'll have to move them as far. Bloody hell, these are heavy. What I'm working out is the best way to be able to lay these blocks. Now, the strongest way is to lay them pretty much as they are stacked at the moment. So the widest face down. However, the height that I want to get to would actually would be 2.5 blocks. Now, I could do a thick course of mortar to overcome that, but it's still not going to be quite right. Because this is so messy, and the times that I've cut this stuff out, I've got absolutely coated, absolutely covered. So this time, I'm actually going to stick on some overalls. Warm as it is today, I'm still going to go for try and stay relatively dust free. Oh, it's a bit small, but it'll do the job. Ooh, I do feel really posh when I get on a brand new dust mask. Just going to go and shut the windows in the house. Got a bit squiggly there, Rich. Got a bit squiggly, I'll be honest. However, it's not too bad. Try and get it as straight down as I can. Okay. The reason I'm doing that is that if I leave any soil on top of the weed barrier, you can bet your bottom dollar, pound to a penny, that these buggers will find a way of reseeding themselves. Now is the process of getting rid of the soil that I've got to dig out. I've got all of that dug out. I've put in place a string line as well. So the reason for that, it gives me a guide to mark to, because we've got the ground peg there sticks out quite a bit, because the strings, obviously, I've levelled that up, make sure that that's proper, flat and ready to go. My next door neighbour, Al, has lent me a cement mixer, so it should be a bit easier mixing up the cement. So I'm going to get on the go and yeah, chuck some cement down. Dog, you are going to be where I need to put the cement mixer again. You just have this knack, the ability to be able to place yourself where I need to be. He just likes to have me in eye line all the time. Look at this diddy little thing, how cool is that? It's ideal. I'll be able to do small batches and mix up, see how we get on. Because on the side of the cement, he's written a guide that shows me the types of mix that you're doing, or the type of application that you're going to be using it for. And there's a mixing guide. Now, I've got 5 bags of sand. This is for mortar mixes, which is what we're doing. 1 bag of cement, 5 bags of sand. That's not bad, is it? But it does say building / soft sand. And this isn't soft sand, this is sharp sand. I don't know how much this is going to mix in one go. I reckon I'll be able to get away with a bag at a time. So I'm going to try that. I think I better try with half a bag first of all. I don't want to bugger up Al's mixer. That'll do. I think that might be a bit over half, but who knows. Here we go. I was going to use my dad's, but Dad's old one. However, he's worn that much that it's rounded here and it's just rounded off the front. I prefer something with a bit of a point on it, but that's too blunt. Get me knife out. Oh, if that is a fifth, 1 of those to 5 of those, I've got to break that into fifths. I don't know how close that's going to be. I'm guessing a couple of trowels worth should be sufficient. Oh God, that's the problem with not cutting the bag proper. I'm going to take that top off so that doesn't happen again. Otherwise I'll be wasting it. You don't want to waste it. It's bloody expensive, the building materials these days. Jolly expensive. Okie dokie, karaoke. Where's the on button? There we go. Let's get him over and start in the mixing. I think I ought to start at the top end and then work my way back down again. That'd be easy, wouldn't it? Because then I'm not going to stand on the stuff that I've actually put in place. There we go then, that's the mortar bed in place. Look at that. I'm pleased with that. Looks good. So I'm hoping that I've got the right amount of moisture in it. Because I don't know, I've got a bit of moisture in it. The sand itself, that was pretty damn soaky, so I think it's going to be okay. But we'll see tomorrow. I mean, worst case scenario is tomorrow I come, it hasn't gone off at all, and I need to wet it down again to activate it. But for now, that's pretty damn good. So tomorrow I will be able to, fingers crossed if it has set, of course, be able to start laying the blocks. That will mean then the retainer wall done and dusted. Today's Rich is done with digging, channeling and mortar bed laying. But I don't know if that's a thing. And he's going to begin knocking it on the head. He's going to go and start cooking. Cool, there we go. Looky here then. First course in, and so I was looking back at the plans for this, and this wasn't part of it. I had naively believed I could just dig out the ground and then put it back and then put concrete over the top for some reason. So this wasn't in the original plan. As I talk through what I've done so far, again, kind of making this up as I go, in what seems reasonable. So I've put in place this string, right, to build to, and I worked out that I needed a footing first of all. So I just put a mortar bed down, a run of mortar, levelled it out as best I could. Aim is get this course of bricks in today so that tomorrow I should be able to fill in the top of the path and smooth it out and get the path, the drain cover and the drain that I'd cut in all cemented in place, and so a couple of days time we'll have a working path again. That would be nice. just touching the back. That's what I'm aiming for, to get the slight runoff. Spot on. Nice and level with my line as well. The other thing I need to do is see how it lines up. I once put in place a girder because I knocked down a wall in a kitchen and an old house that I had. I wanted to extend this kitchen and make a kitchen diner. So I thought, how difficult could it be? So I worked out what I've got to do, got myself some acro props to hold the ceiling up. I knocked the wall out and worked out then I've got to build up a new pillar and put this this pad, can't remember what it was, something pad on the top. And that was then to rest the beam upon. So I used that, I built this wall. It was a bit, I'll be honest with you, it was a bit higgledy-piggledy. So this time, I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit more time and effort, spend a bit more time to actually build this out as neatly as I can, just to get some practice in. So when I do build a wall in the future that's on show, it's visible and people have to see it, I'll have a better idea how to do it. Now, today, the way I'm doing this is not, I don't think you would do this if you were a proper bricklayer, because I've let that first, I put the mortar bed down first of all, let that set for a day, came back, laid one course of bricks, let that set, come back day 3 to do this one. Now that's not really the most efficient way, I'm thinking, to be able to build a wall. The other thing is I'm not putting mortar on the end of the blocks and trying to drop it in, because I'm not that good. What I'm doing is I'm going to place the block in place and then infill the mortar in between afterwards. So I'm getting set up for the infill of the patio now. So what I've got is, this is the manhole cover. I propped it up on just some rocks underneath, and I've got all the ground sort of relatively clear of obstructions now. So what I'm going to do is do a really wet mix of concrete, and hopefully I can then pour it and it will almost self-level. Now, obviously I'm going to have to do a bit of troweling to get it smoothed out, but yeah, I think I'm going to give it a go now. So same day as I've laid the top blocks, and I do recognise that, you know, the concrete is going to go over that. So I don't know. I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. I might need to put some kind of shuttering over the back to stop the concrete running out over the back. But I think first mix is probably going to be enough to fill in sort of that hole and around. I've also got to watch that I don't end up pouring concrete straight into the waste as well. What I'm going to try to do with that is, once I've got the concrete up to the underside of this, create a smooth run down into that. So that's the plan. Let's go and give it a go. Quite as wet as I'd hoped. Yeah. definitely the way to go. Right, so there we go. That's the first bit of the concrete in and around. Manhole covers in, drains in. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and save a bit of concrete and put stones that I dug out, fill that in a bit, and then concrete over the top. Because otherwise I'm going to be using way too much concrete, sand and cement, and I don't think I'll have enough to be able to fill all of this. Shuttering then. So let's find something that I can use at the back to stop the cement all pouring down into the back, and then more cement. All done. Nice new drain, nicely vertical water in. Got the manhole, and then the cover can go back on that tomorrow. And all done and shuttered in. I like it, man. So that was quite a bit to get poured and done. What I don't know. I kind of thought I'd better have a go at doing it all in one go, because if I do it in multiple days, then I'll get lots of different joins. So I've just gone for it and hit everything. Now I'm sure that there's going to be different shades, as because I probably wasn't very consistent with the mixing of cement and sand, but it's done. It's done. So I'm hoping that tomorrow I can take off the shuttering and reveal a wider, in fact it should end up being a bit of a wider path than was, which should be a bit of a Brucey bonus. Then I've got to work out how much space I've got to be able to put the cladding on. So there'll be, the cladding will go on the outside, and in between obviously the cladding and this new shuttering. It's coming on, policeman. It's coming on a lot. Tomorrow, roofing. Day after, cladding. I tell you what's going to be a big one, and that is getting the window in. I'm not looking forward to that. But before we get to that point, I want to make sure that the decks are completely cleared, because that's a big bugger. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Rich, and this is It's Adventure. If you want to see the rest of the build, don't forget, click on the subscribe button and click on the bell, and you'll be notified the next time I release a video. Too noisy you are. All right, thanks very much. I'll see you later. Bye.